Hi everyone, thank you first of all for encouraging this playlist. So before starting the practical session, I felt I have missed one important topic which is called rules of composition. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel and do watch this video till end. The adjustment of frames or representing a normal photo as a beautiful frame is basically about composition. There are 7 general shortcuts or rules to click beautiful pictures. The first one is rule of thirds. When you are learning any photography course outside, this is the first common rule anyone is going to teach you. When you draw two horizontal lines, these two horizontal lines, and two vertical lines, these are two vertical lines, and your object should be at the intersection points of any side. So either these two intersection points or these two intersection points. It is scientifically proven that our eyes will look at these points when you share an image with anyone. So people who usually take by making model to stand at the center should try this method. Let's go to the second one. So the second one is center composition method. When you see a great path with an end object at the center or a nice path and asking someone to stand or sit at the center, we call it as center composition. You are exactly seeing the same examples of center composition here. You know guys, when anyone are taking a landscape of Taj Mahal, it's a best example of center composition where a path will be there and a path will be leading to our main object which is Taj Mahal. So in this method, the theme of mesmerizing object happens. So while doing portraits and even landscapes, this method will be useful. So whenever you see a path and you just ask your friend to sit in the center and click a picture, it comes very beautifully. Let's go to the third rule, which is leading lines. After seeing these pictures, you could probably ask me what's the difference between center composition and leading lines. So leading lines doesn't depend on object. For example, a lane where you cannot see an end. See here, there is no object here. Like you are not targeting any object or a person or any building. So in these pictures, you cannot see the end points. Leading lines also could be a curved path. So this frame composition just creates magic. When you wake up early in the morning, go to a road where vehicles don't move. Just go to the center point and click. You will get the exact picture what I am talking about. So let's go to our next rule, which is smart aperture. So when we are talking about smart aperture, not every time you should use f1.8 or f2.8 lenses. For instance, if your friend is in front of a waterfall and asks you to click a photo, taking photo with f1.8 lens or f2.8 aperture will blur the background. So when your friend or model or object is front of landscape, you should always check different apertures. So here if you can see, background is completely got blurred and you cannot see the background, and for example your model want that background to be clicked, and if you intentionally want to blur, that is okay, but if you are trying to click a photo with background, you have to go with different apertures like this. So there is a note here, when you are doing this, always ask your friend if they are okay with the photo or not. So let's go to the next one, which is focal length. So here is the place we talk about which lens to use. Obviously the lens concept is a different class. I will talk about that in a different class. Let's only talk about the framing here. So this focal length technique is being used by a lot of professionals. Whatever you ask, they have solution for this. When you have 18 to 135 mm lens and considering a model is standing in front of a scenery, they will just take photo with different mm's. For example, close shot, mid shot and wide shot. So once you reach home, all styles of photos you will be having. So people who don't have such lenses, they have to take photos with different lenses with different or different focal lengths. Let's talk about our next frame, which is foreground interest. In this picture, I can also take the scene normally, but adding the boat which is already existed created just a beauty there. Foreground means a prior one, which means adding a closer object which is near us to add beauty to the main scenery. Even in this picture, the same activity is done. So from next time when you are clicking photos, check if you can use something for foreground interest. So the last and important one is landscapes. So are you trying to capture a nice landscape? Then mostly if your picture style is not so cool, the image may look too pale or plain. So what you'll do is, see, this is a general landscape and here also it's a general landscape. So here what generally photographers will do is ask your friend to just be in the frame like this, or keep your car or vehicle in the frame, or keep your glass of tea in the frame. It just adds beauty. This is a simple and a crack to make beauty or add beauty to your landscape. So here in this picture, just see here, a person here is added, and here also if you see, this is a normal landscape, but here adding a person just added beauty. So that's all guys, there is one more class before starting practical sessions. I wish everyone to like this video and encourage this playlist. We are releasing these photography classes every Sunday. So do watch our videos and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.